Hi, my name is Giancarlo,
And I'm Michaela.
and this is our review of Level 7.
Omega Protocol. I have no idea what any of that means. Omega Protocol is a sci-fi dungeon crawl where one player plays as the Overseer, while the others play as commandos, each with different skill sets and weapons. In the box, you'll find a sleuth of tokens, lots of nice miniatures, tiles to create the maps for different scenarios, which of course means having a scenario book or mission guide, cards for stances, initiative, room cards, and investigation cards, specially marked dice, a rulebook. Am I missing anything? Each scenario has their own goals for the commandos and overseer. Do everything you can to achieve them, and you win.
Here's how to set up. Decide who the Overseer will be. He will follow the setup that is clearly written in the mission guide for the specific mission. He then assembles the map following the rules like making room stacks, placing doors and their desired effects in their place, and placing the investigation tokens. Then he should set up his dashboard pieces from those he needs the way it suits him best. Place the timer token on 1. He then creates an energy pool by taking adrenaline specified by the mission and an enemy reserve. All other tokens should be placed in appropriate piles for easy access as well as the dice. Shuffle the investigation cards to form a deck. Other players choose which commander characters they want to play. All stats and abilities are written on their character sheet. Then they choose 6 points worth of kit cards from the general kits to specific commando kits. They take their character stance cards as well. The leader, or next in rank, which you can see in the rulebook, gets the initiative cards, and you're now ready to kick some ass.
Each round consists of 4 main phases, each with their own sub-phases. The timer phase simply means moving the timer to the next number. This is skipped the first turn. Eventually, a crisis point might trigger should the timer reach a number which will be different depending on the mission as well as its consequences. The commando planning phase has 3 sub-phases: transfer adrenaline, assign initiative, and select a stance card. Transferring adrenaline means moving all adrenaline tokens accumulated from the commandos and giving it to the overseer's energy pool. Commandos will gain adrenaline tokens when performing actions, which we'll explain later on. Next, the highest ranking commandos will assign initiative, giving each commando an initiative card for turn order. And lastly, each commando will choose a stance card for that round. These will give you different movement and speed, attack bonus and or defense bonuses, and total adrenaline a commando can sustain.
The Commando Activation phase is where the commandos perform their action. Each action has a cost which is listed in the rules back cover page under the round summary table. Every time the commander performs an action, he'll get that many adrenaline tokens. He can get tokens up to his adrenaline limit as shown on the stance card he chose. He can do any action in any order and multiple times. For moving, you can move up to the distance on your stance card, and you're allowed 1 diagonal move per turn. Combat is pretty straightforward as well. Declare your target, if there's line of sight, and what weapons you're using. Roll the required dice after checking if there's cover, explained in depth in the rulebook, and if you have a least number of hits as the target's defense, he takes a wound. Investigating a token lets you draw a card from the investigation deck. You can heal or perform first aid, use kit cards, trade items, revive downed commandos, open doors which might have effects when flipped, and so forth. When a door is successfully opened, the Overseer reveals the room card stack and performs what they say following the priority level in ascending order. These have different effects from spawning enemies to releasing corrosive gas. Once commandos in turn order have taken all their actions, we move on to the Overseer phase.
The Overseer's phase consists of refreshing the dashboard, dashboard abilities, activate enemies, and discard adrenaline. In refreshing the dashboard, the Overseer removes adrenaline tokens from the wells equal to that dashboard's refresh rate and places them in the bank. Then we move on to dashboard abilities. Here the Overseer can spend the adrenaline tokens he took from the commandos to activate abilities. These range from spawning enemies to having ceilings crumble down from earthquakes. All he needs to do is pay the cost for the desired dashboard effect. Activate enemies is self-explanatory. They move at a certain speed depending the model, and have different weapons with different range. They attack as commandos battle, and damage application being played the same way. And lastly, the Overseer needs to discard any adrenaline token above 10 as his last phase. The side to reach their mission objective wins and has bragging rights.
Level 7 Omega Protocol is all you expect from a dungeon crawl. Having familiar mechanics like line of sight, roll dice for hitting, scenario book with different missions and storytelling, to new mechanics like choosing stance cards and balance between commanders taking more actions at the risk of giving the Overseer in turn more actions as well. There's no denying that last mechanic is a dead-on representation of Level 7's theme of having alien life form frenzied from the adrenaline and fear given out from the human characters. The game has so many components and are all very good quality that we couldn't cover it all in our description for fear this video review would be over 10 minutes. You definitely get your money's worth. That being said, our pet peeve here at BTD is when you have that many components, please give little plastic Ziploc bags for us to store it all. Just put them in, charge us more, whatever. How expensive can it cost game companies? Okay, our pet peeve has been stated. Let's get to the good stuff. Omega Protocol differs from the other Level 7 games in that we now have a human element, that being the Overseer. It still keeps that cooperative feel with the Commandos, even more so being part of a team, as opposed to escaping a complex and possibly leaving someone behind as bait. Whereas the previous Level 7 games, you move from the depths and try to reach the surface, this bad boy makes your badass team come from the surface and reach the core's depth of this scientific horror fest. Commandos need to formulate their next step. Do you want to send the strongman ahead to open the door or the smarter one to hack it, while having the rest of the team provide covering fire, or hustle and move and go gun blazings because the crisis point will hit soon? Omega Protocol also captures that feel that you're actually playing in a sci-fi horror film like Alien or Prometheus. And having the Overseer tell the story as a game master makes your moves in every round weave a story, giving it a role-playing feel to the game. That does also entail, though, that a game can be pretty long. Our first scenario we played on hard mode, yeah, we don't fuck around here at BTD, it took about 3 to 4 hours. The rulebook is filled with examples and straightforward enough that we didn't have much unanswered questions. And with different difficulty setting availables, 9 missions and campaign style play, there's lots of replay value. Seeing this review, you'll know if Level 7 Omega Protocol is right for your gaming group or not. If dungeon crawling is for you or you might want to try one out, give this one a try. We give Omega Protocol 7.5 alien body parts out of 10.